Hey, what's up? Adam here. If you're new, my name is Adam and I started a social media marketing agency back in 2019 and I scaled it to 7 figures, meaning that we've made over $1 million in revenue. Now in today's video, I'm going to explain to you the exact reason why I've decided to stop using cold email as a client acquisition strategy for my agency. And this video is not to tell you that there's one secret amazing outreach strategy that works better than every other method. They can all work. My point being is I want to show you how to make the decisions so that you know which method you should use. So without further ado, let me explain my point by showing you some real numbers from my agency. This is not theory, this is not fluff, this is concrete data to show you the exact reason why cold email just doesn't make sense for my agency. Alright, so this right here is a screenshot of our spreadsheet tracker where we track on a weekly basis how many clients we signed, but we also track how we got the clients. So let me walk you through that really quick. So if you look at the left hand side here, clients closed, okay? You see here in this week we had 3 clients closed. Here we note down where they came from. Here we note down the cost, and this is of our 2 outreach / appointment setters / VAs. This right here is the cost per email. Now this is not us sending a cold email. This is the cost for us to get somebody through an Instagram DM to say, yes, I want what you're offering. Here's my email. Okay, so we reach out on Instagram, they say, yes, sounds good, send me the info, and they drop their email. Okay, so this right here is the cost to get one person to say yes to that. Here, this is the cost to get a call. All right, so if we get 10 people that say, yes, I want the info, not all 10 people book a call. And finally, the cost per client right here. So you can see if we look at this week, it costs $71 on average to get 3 clients. That's a total cost of $212, right? And if you follow it for each of the other weeks, week 2, 3, and 4, you'll see that consistency, right? $80 to get a client here, $116 to get a client down here, and just $49 down here. Now the reason I'm showing you these numbers is that this is the ideal amount, right? For us, this made a lot of sense. To get a client to pay us anywhere from $500 to $1,000 per month for a minimum of 3 months, I was more than willing to pay up to $200 to $300 to get a client. Now, if you look at the numbers, it's not $200 or $300, right? We've got $70. The max is 116 and the lowest is 49. If I was to show you the data from our cold outreach tracker, it doesn't look like this. Okay, it looks a lot higher. The numbers were more towards 200 to 300. So you might be thinking, well, if cold email could get you clients at $200 per client or $300 per client, why would you stop it? And it's simply down to this point that I want to communicate to you in this video. Sometimes in life and in your business journey, there's an opportunity. Sometimes there are 2 opportunities, okay? You might be getting clients with cold email and let's say you're doing Upwork, all right? That does not mean you should keep doing both of those. There are certain times where it makes more sense to put more effort into the one channel that works better. So for my agency, at this exact point, we made the decision to stop cold email because if we're putting effort and time into cold email and we're spending more money to get clients, we would be more profitable and we could probably scale faster if we just focused on the thing that we were best at, which in our case was Instagram DMs. Now, I want you to do this for your agency. So you can't just do this and just decide tomorrow, right? Cold email doesn't work, I'm going to stop doing it. What you need to do is you need to track. All right, I have clarity because I have this. If you just send DMs or do cold calls or send cold emails and you don't have it tracked on a spreadsheet like this, which are response rates, your call booking rates, your close rates, you can't make these decisions. And if you can't make these decisions, your ability to build the business that's going to scale and give you the freedom that you probably want, it's not very realistic. So I first want you to track. All right, that's number 1. Track what you're doing. Get clear on all of these metrics. Okay, and if you are doing outreach yourself, there's one key thing you need to keep in mind. If you're doing outreach yourself, you're not going to have these numbers of how much it costs you to pay somebody to do your outreach for you. What I want you to do instead is I want you to track the hours. Okay, if you look at this sheet, you could change this, right? And this could be hours in this column here, so that you track it took you 20 hours during the week to do your outreach. Then you'll put the hours it took to get a positive response, the hours it took to get a call booked, and the hours it took to get a client. And so what you'll have at the end of the week is that, let's say you're an example, is it cost you or took you 3 hours to get a client. You then have to make the logical decision. Is 3 hours worthy of your time, right? Like, does it make sense for you to spend 3 hours to get a client? Most cases, it will make sense. But if it's taking you, let's say, 20 hours to get a client, it probably now makes more sense to hire somebody to do that for you, right? Now, to figure out if it actually makes sense, you want to do the maths. All right, so I'm going to walk you through an example. Let's say it took you 20 hours to sign a client. Then in week 2, it took you another 21 hours to get a client. And then in week 3, it took you 18 hours. On average, that's roughly 20 hours per client, right? And it's not just one client, we've spread it across 3 clients to make sure it's accurate. Now at this point, you can start to work out how much that would cost you if you paid somebody else to do it. So an example would be just pull up your calculator, right? So that's 20 hours. And we are going to times that by the average that you're going to pay a virtual assistant who is going to handle outreach for you, which is going to be $3 to $5. But we always want to estimate on the higher scale. So we want to go for 5. So that's going to be 100. Now you have to ask yourself, are you willing to pay $100 to get a client? I definitely would, and I think you would be willing to do that as well, as long as you're not charging a very low ticket price, and as long as you have clients that sign up for a minimum of a 3-month contract. And this little exercise that we're doing here today, this is something that we relate back to systems thinking. Because first, as we looked at, you can't make these decisions if you don't track, so that's number 1. 2 is to get very clear on the value exchange between your time, paying somebody else to do it, and which of those routes is going to get you closer to the end result, which might be 10K a month, 20K a month, or even 100K per month. You got to get clear on those and you can start to make these decisions. Okay. Now, systems thinking is something you need to incorporate into all of your business, but specifically for outreach and getting clients. Now, if you have not gotten any clients so far in your SMMA journey, or maybe you have a slightly different type of online business where you offer services online, do what we looked at in the video. Track the numbers, get clear on how much it's going to cost you to get clients. Don't hire somebody and don't really hand it off until you have at least one client locked in, or make sure you're hiring people that have been vetted. Okay, and what I mean by that is I don't want you to just go and decide today you're at 0 clients, you're going to hire somebody from Upwork and they'll do outreach for you and they'll fix the problem. It's probably not going to work that way. Instead, if you are going to hire somebody, make sure you're hiring somebody that has done exactly what you want. So that could be, in the case of my program, we give appointment setters to our higher level students, where we literally will give you an appointment setter who has gone through training, right? They didn't just decide I'm going to be an appointment setter and 2 days later they're working with you directly. No, they've done anywhere from 30 to 90 days of full training, tests and trials and certifications before they will ever do outreach for you. Now, if anything in this video has resonated with you, I'd love to hear your feedback. If you want more videos of me just walking through these type of things in my business, just let me know and I'll happily do so. If you would like my help and you would like to scale your business fast, whether you're at 0 clients and you want your first 10 clients, or you're looking to add an extra 10 clients in the next couple of months, book a call with me. You'll see the link to that below this video, and we'll see if we can help you out. We typically guarantee 10 new clients for students if they're a good fit. So we'll have a chat. We'll see if we can help you out with that. And how we do that is not by telling you, here's a basic video course and learn how to do it yourself. No, we'll actually place a trained appointment setter in your business to do this. As you can see, I've done this for many years with my own agency, with people who've done it for me, not just doing outreach myself, and I'll happily do that for you as well. Plus, we do build you out other client acquisition systems so that you don't really have to just rely on your appointment setter. Book that call. I'll speak to you soon. Hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll talk soon.